Is it
It's live.
three? I know we're live. Let's go. Okay, this can be edited. Don't even.
It
I'll
can't.
sit here. I'll sit here and bust balls for the next hour if you want. If I can do that.
It's live on Hangouts though. You can't edit that. Um, and welcome everybody. With that said, to Freedom Strategies with myself and Kent Clothier. I'm Los Silva. Um, we're talking about how to achieve virtual freedom through outsourcing today, which is something that
Ooh,
I feel pretty happy and comfortable talking about this. So
you
basically,
are much better at this than I am, and you are definitely. We have ours, but you do a lot of this. So
So, how to achieve virtual freedom through outsourcing? I think the first thing you need to do, and I will give you 5 quick steps, maybe four. The first thing you need to do is understand that you are not that awesome, and you are very replaceable in whatever step of your business you are in. I don't care if you make $500 a month, $500,000 a month. It's all good. You don't need to be worried. You don't need to be focused on these things. What you need to be focusing on is the growth and the business development of your company, whatever that may be. So is it developing and deploying a new product? Okay, sure, I'll focus on this. Is it connecting and making bigger partnerships and deals? Sure, I'll focus on that. Everything else that doesn't make the bell ring. So it's not something that you need to be focused on. You can achieve greatness with amazing virtual assistants. How you do that is by creating systems. You can do that with Trello, Asana, Basecamp, pick your poison. I mean, there's a million things in there. Just even Evernote. I'll give you a quick strategy on something that one of my friends do, and you can actually use this for life. You don't even have to just do this for your business. You can have systems for your entire life using systems like Fancy Hands, TaskRabbits, etc. The thing you have to do is do whatever you have to do one time. Document the living hell out of that. Document every single piece, every single process, add videos to that, and just make it a very complex, big piece of content. Start breaking that content down into something that is easier for someone else to do. Then hire an assistant. Have them do that. If they can do it, have them tweak it once. And the more you can take that big thing and tweak it down into smaller pieces, the more you can start outsourcing every aspect of your life and every aspect of your business, from marketing to sales to automation to whatever it is.
so let me give you my 2 cents here because God knows I don't do shit. I outsource everything. Um, So I'm going to talk about business, and then I'll talk about personal here for a second. But on the business side of it, I echo everything you just said. A couple other things, tactical things I can tell you that we do inside of our businesses and that have helped us. Um, well, on a previous podcast, we talked about that if you're in your business, you can't be working on your business. So it's that in and of itself is a huge mind shift. Uh, you have to make that shift. If you're doing these remedial tasks, it is absolutely at the expense of growth. It's that simple. So, assuming that you're there, and assuming that now you want to start, doing, getting these tasks out. To echo what Los was just talking about, we use Camtasia, or we use Screencast, and any remedial task we're doing inside of our business, whether it's creating a direct mail campaign, a Facebook campaign, typing a letter, sending out contracts, all of these things, they are they're time consuming, but they are relatively monotonous and the same routine over and over and over again. And these documents are stored in the same place online, whether on Dropbox or Google Docs or whatever the case may be. And so we download a piece of software, and I tell you to download a piece of software called Camtasia or Screencast. I'm sorry, or ScreenFlow, and record your screen as you're doing this. And literally what will happen in this piece of software is as you're logging into whatever site you're logging into or whatever the case may be, you will be speaking into your computer at the same time. So it's recording the microphone as well as what's going on to the screen. And so as you're doing it in your normal day-to-day, you are quite, you know, literally creating a video of for training. You then you take that video and you put that video on a simple WordPress site. Now the beauty of putting it on a WordPress site, like we have a site for my company. It's an internal website. My employees just log into it. It's a simple WordPress blog, but we've loaded up these videos and we've categorized them as sales training, administrative, customer service, whatever. And so when a new employee starts, they literally log in, they type in, negotiating with a seller, or whatever the case may be, how to create a marketing campaign, and there's 5 or 6 videos that are just there for them. And this content has been created over the course of weeks and months and years, and it just is constantly refreshed in our normal day-to-day process. The beauty of that is that I or no one in my company ever has to stop to train somebody. It's always there, and they can always get to it. Now, on the flip side of that, I've kind of taken it to the extreme as it relates to freedom and time freedom. I mean, I've done the math, and I know what the value of an hour of my time is. I know what the value of an hour of my wife's time, and I know what I want to spend my life doing. I know, Los, you're kind of in a very similar place, to the point that anywhere where I can buy an hour of my time away from crap I just don't want to be doing or I don't need to be doing, I'm more than willing to invest that money. So when it comes to somebody cleaning my home, when it comes to somebody, mowing the lawn, or people crack up when I tell them that, but we literally take our laundry to a place and they do not only our dry cleaning but our laundry as well, and wash all of these remedial tasks throughout a day. We don't do any of them. Does it cost me $10 an hour to have it done, or in some cases $5, or in some cases $15? Yes. But am I willing to buy an hour of my time back for $15 every single day and twice on Sunday, right? An hour of my time is worth infinitely more than $15 or $20. An hour of my wife's time, her peace and happiness, is definitely worth more than the $15 an hour that we pay our nanny or our maid or whatever. And so if that allows us to spend more time together doing things that we really enjoy versus doing things we don't, then I'm more than willing to make that investment. And so that would be a couple things I would leave you with on how to correctly frame it, where you can wrap your mind around it and start implementing strategies to start freeing up more time.
Yeah, there's some sites that I will leave you with. We will have these on the show notes if you go to the site freedomstrategies.tv. But TaskRabbit can do things. Fancy Hands can do things. Hey, I don't want to do all this research. No, you don't have to. You can get the research done with Fancy Hands. You can actually use Fancy Hands to call TaskRabbit to set up tasks for you. I mean, you can get meta with this thing. But you can do that. Just systemize and figure out what you hate doing, and be realistic. A lot of people say, oh, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Are you worth more than what the task is worth? That's exactly how, like Ken says. I almost don't do anything either, and it's because it's not because I'm lazy. It's actually because I'm super structured, and I understand where the value of my time is, and I understand where it's not, and doing little things that are not going to make the bell ring aren't worth my time. So I'd rather either hang out and kick it, or I'd rather actually make money. So think about it like that on a business sense, and think about the same way on a family sense. Would you rather be doing things that create memories, or doing tasks that you can just pay someone else and have those memories?
And let me say one thing here, Los, before we let them go. You cannot look at this as a cost, guys. Many people will immediately say, "Oh, yeah, well, I can't afford to do it." You need. We spoke about this before in one of our podcasts. You speak your future, right? You need to reframe that immediately. How can you afford not to do it? It's that simple. Do you honestly believe you were here to sit around and fold laundry every day, or do you believe you were here to create an impact on your kids or your spouse, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and go and create lasting memories? Which do you think is more in line with what you're supposed to be here doing? Because if somebody will do your laundry for $5 an hour, then you're doing $5 an hour work. So you tell me how you couldn't afford not to do it.
Exactly.
That's the way you got to frame it. So good stuff, man.
So with that, guys, we leave you. Hope we have been touching you guys and engaging you guys to think a little bit differently. Please go to freedomstrategies.tv. Check us out if you want to work with us, if you want to talk with us, if you want to know a little bit more about our boardroom mastermind and consulting. If not, all good. Please leave us a review on iTunes. Just do something for us. Okay? On behalf of myself and Kent Clothier, we will see you on the next one, guys.